Libra Butterfly Coco 9 to 9, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, and the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and everybody on the sound of my voice. You know I'm about brother what? The smooch is you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch. Oh, child. I was going to talk about something else today, but I just seen something that shook my core. So I want to talk about it because I don't know what's going on. Hey, Max Boogie Boo, smooches. I actually don't know what's going on with us being melanated people. It's like now that a light is shined on us, we are becoming exactly what they said we are, and we're not. But everything is being magnified, and we're proving it wrong. Let me get into what I'm talking about. One reason why this touched me is one, because I love kids. Okay, they make me itch since my baby's going to be 23, but I still love them, and they, for some reason, I always want to go home with me and all the things. Okay, and you know, let me just play what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. Hopefully YouTube will be nice today, because usually they suck to me, but they gave me my money back, so I'm fine. Okay, let's go. Y'all know if it goes out, give me a minute. I just have to refresh and come back.
Earn up to $500 in rewards for the healthy choices you make. With My Health Pays, you can use.
A mother in shambles after she says she found her baby girl beaten and abused. For the first time ever, the child's mother is speaking out, and you won't believe who police say are the suspects. 19's Noelle Williams joins us now with this heartbreaking story, and we want to warn you, some of the images and details are graphic.
I literally saw the worst thing ever. Like, I saw my daughter unrecognizable.
What happened to Antavia Kinnebrew's daughter is something most people will have a hard time understanding. She says her bubbly, sweet 5-year-old daughter was beaten and assaulted. This picture showing hair ripped out of her scalp. Police revealing startling details. The victims and suspects are under the age of 10 years old. This is shocking news to the 21-year-old mom.
I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Kinnebrew's mother held her hand as she wept. She tells me out of safety, she does not want to share her daughter's name or show her face, but she explains what happened that day. She tells me on September 13th, she had dropped her daughter off at a family member's home near East 145th Street and St. Clair Avenue. Somehow, her baby girl walked out the front door. When Kinnebrew found out, she rushed over and saw her 5-year-old being treated by EMS several blocks over.
Her hair was scalped from her head. She had bruises and blood all over her body. Her eyes was filled with blood. Her lips and mouth was filled with blood. Her nails had dirt, debris of dirt stuck in it.
19 News reached out to Cleveland police several times to try and find out if there are any charges. If so, what are those charges? And if the ages of the suspects would hinder that. All police would confirm is that the victim and suspects involved in this case are under the age of 10, and any other information would jeopardize the investigation. Either way, Kinnebrew says her daughter is left physically, emotionally, and mentally hurt and now in therapy. She is grateful for the support of the community so far, but she wants help and answers.
I want her to just to be somewhat of a normal 5-year-old again.
In Cleveland, Noelle Williams, 19 News.
Again, no charges have been filed, but we will continue to press police for information here. And as soon as we do hear that charges are filed, look for that first alert push notification on our app. We will continue to follow up with this horrific attack.
Whew. Let's breathe, y'all. Give me one moment. Let's breathe. Evidently, there are some charges against the 9 and 10-year-old because the caption says prosecutors charge 2 children.
It was a near miss for
All
this
right, wait a
5-year-old
minute.
rescue,
Sorry.
Colton. His own.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta give me a minute. Hold on. I know every time something happens, I got a story, but y'all, you just gotta understand. I've been through some things, okay? But my God, today, y'all, who are we raising? What are we raising? At 9 and 10, y'all thinking about raping somebody? At 9 and 10 years old, you thinking about taking some coochie. What? I am outraged. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Muffy. Hey, Catherine. I am outraged. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's not normal. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all again. Let's listen to this. And let's for real talk about it, y'all. I'm serious. This is sad. This is beyond sad. It's redonkulous. Hold on. Let's go.
In shambles after she says she found her baby girl beaten and abused. For the first time ever, the child's mother is speaking out, and you won't believe who police say are the suspects. 19's Noelle Williams joins us now with this heartbreaking story, and we want to warn you, some of the images and details are graphic.
I literally saw the worst thing ever. Like, I saw my daughter unrecognizable.
What happened to Antavia Kinnebrew's daughter is something most people will have a hard time understanding. She says her bubbly, sweet 5-year-old daughter was beaten and assaulted. This picture showing hair ripped out of her scalp. Police revealing startling details. The victims and suspects are under the age of 10 years old. This is shocking news to the 21-year-old
Tropical
mom.
Punch, you
I
welcome,
couldn't
love.
wrap my head around it.
Kinnebrew's mother held her hand as she wept. She tells me out of safety, she does not want to share her daughter's name or show her face, but she explains what happened that day. She tells me on September 13th, she had dropped her daughter off at a family member's home
Hold on,
near
y'all.
East 145th Street and St. Clair Avenue. Somehow, her baby girl walked out the front door. When Kinnebrew found out, she rushed over and saw her 5-year-old being treated by EMS several blocks over.
Her hair was scalped from her head. She had bruises and blood all over her body. Her eyes was filled with blood. Her lips and mouth was filled with blood. Her nails had dirt, debris of dirt stuck in it.
19 News reached out to Cleveland police several times to try and find out if there are any charges. If so, what are those charges? And if the ages of the suspects would hinder that. All police would confirm is that the victim and suspects involved in this case are under the age of 10, and any other information would jeopardize the investigation. Either way, Kinnebrew says her daughter is left physically, emotionally, and mentally hurt and now in therapy. She is grateful for the support of the community so far, but she wants help and answers.
I want her to just to be somewhat of a normal 5-year-old again.
In Cleveland, Noelle Williams, 19 News.
Again, no charges have been filed, but we will continue to press police.
Okay, y'all. You know, 9 and 10-year-olds. This baby was 5, y'all. 5. This baby like balls and little Bob dolls and things of this nature. Want to play kickball, roll the ball to each other. And these kids at 9, I want y'all to really understand what I'm saying. Think about if you have kids, if you have nephews, if you have grandchildren, and all of this. Think at 9 and 10 what they were doing, what they wanted to do. Most of them at 9 and 10, little boys is ready to play football. They want to be on somebody's little league team. I play basketball. They trying to be Michael Jordan, Stephen Curry, and all this and stuff. But these two kids wanted to take a vagina, y'all. That's serious. Where in the hell? Excuse me, but I'm pissed. Where in the hell did they get that from? What are they watching? Who are they watching? Why is this acceptable? What even makes your mind as a 9 and 10-year-old say, we gonna take her vagina? Come on, we're gonna go over here and get this little girl. And you little yourself. You a pamper away from being a toddler. Are you kidding me? How in the world is the two parents of the parents of the 9 and 10-year-olds going to explain this? What they misunderstood. They're good boys. They're good, they're good. They're so good. I don't understand what happened. They don't see that here. No, give me a break, because that's not okay. I went in the store and stole some candy and ran out the door. That's normal for kids. All kids steal. If they haven't, they will. You tell them that they can't have that little sucker. You look up, they in the house later on. You see them with the sucker. Like, where you get the sucker at? From the store. Didn't I tell you can have a sucker? That's when you correct the butt. But at 9 and 10, you graping at 9 and 10. And here's the thing: they're juveniles, so most likely they're not gonna get no time. Most likely they gonna get sent home to their parents, and their parents gonna get a little judge to say, well, they didn't know what they was doing. Even though, did y'all see that baby's head? They pulled her out. Can y'all imagine what trauma the little girl got? And she probably was thinking, mommy, mama. Because the first thing when something happened, even us grown butt people, if our mamas is still living, first thing we'll holler, mama. So you know that baby was looking for her, calling for her mama. Ooh, child, let me calm down and read your comments. She was victim to something she knew nothing about. Right, Muffy. This is so, y'all. Who are we raising? What are we raising? What are we raising nowadays? And are we really raising these kids? Or is the TVs and these games raising these kids? The PlayStations and the other things and stuff like that. Is that raising these kids? Is that why they so desensitized against violence? Because it's a game to them? They play it so much on the game that they want to go out here and do it in person to see how it feels, if they're going to get the same sensation that they do off of a game. I would, and this is just me, if I was in the legal system, they would do some time. They would do some time. I'm very serious. Even if they have to go to a juvenile, I don't care. Everybody was going to be talking about, well, they're only 9 and 10. She was only 5. What's your point? What's your point? If she has to endure all of that and hurt, excuse me? So we going to keep protecting the guilty and make the innocent suffer That's, you know what? This world is upside down right now. Wrong has become right. Right has become wrong. Everybody want it their way. They want to live a Burger King life. Don't nobody want to be accountable for nothing. Don't nobody want nobody to tell them how to live, what to do, how to do. Nobody wants that. They just want anything to go. And when you let anything go, this is what happens. This is what happens. You get some kids at 9 and 10 wanting to stick some coochie and don't mind taking it. I got grandkids, and my younger grandkids are all girls. Now I'm gonna tell you what God loves. I'm just gonna tell you what God loves. Okay, hey, I know my child. My child is a worse version than me. I didn't even think it was ever possible, but moving on. She's worse than I am. She really is. My child introduced me to 3 additional grandkids, and they all was different pals. And she's surgical with it. I mean surgical. Got awards, everything. She's surgical with it. God forbid. God forbid. That's it, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I know I'm a minister. I love the Lord and I love God's people, but I'm also human. So don't make me your God. I'm also human. And today I felt like saying hell, so I said hell, and I'm gonna say it again. What the hell are we raising? What is going on? What is going on in society? Like I said, there was something. I ain't gonna get into that because a lot of y'all can't follow me on that. So I'm gonna leave it. Just I am going to be praying for that little girl's mind, her mental. I'm gonna be praying. Can you imagine that? And she's 5. She don't even know what they trying to do to her. She 5. They trying to stick her hole, y'all. She's 5. She don't understand what they did to her. How you? Well, I have so many questions. I have so many questions. Cleveland, what's up? Those of you all who live in Cleveland, y'all live in Ohio, what's up? Comment, tell me about this story. If y'all live in Cleveland, get up under my comments and let me know if y'all know about this story. Because this right here don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I couldn't even hold this. I was like, I was gonna make this the last story. The mother in me and the grandmother in me, and catch this one, and a survivor of rape. I know the trauma of that. I ain't sitting somewhere that I ain't never been through it. I know the trauma of that. And I know how long it's gonna take that girl to get over it, if she ever gets over it. At 5, two boys, 9 and 10, 9 and 9 years old. I know we in a different world, but at 9 years old, boys my age was playing kickball. They was throwing the football. They was playing with marbles. They was trying to see what superhero that it was just different. And I know we in different times and stuff now, but y'all 9 and 10 is thinking about graping. Really? Are we that far off kilter? Are we that mentally unstable? Now, they already don't think that there's nothing to us. They already said we dogs and we thugs and we don't know how to act and all this and stuff. And all of this is just reinforcing a stereotype. I'm praying for that mother. Because let me give y'all a story. It's a lot of reasons why I'm passionate about this. Many reasons, okay? Many reasons. But let me give you a story. Picture it. Kentucky. One of my daughters was sick. I mean, sick. Okay? I'm talking nose, like with that thick stuff, coughing, couldn't breathe, whining. I done held the baby, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get something over her so she can get some cough syrup or something. So I makes a call, and I'm like, I need some money. Can you, bring me some money so I can get, my baby this, that, and the other? And the thing about it is they could hear my child in the back, how sick, it wasn't no fake stuff. And the person's like, I can't leave, but if you can come and get it, I give it to you. And I said, okay, let me work on a ride. So I had a friend, and her boyfriend was over. He had a car. I knocked on the door. I said, dude, I don't usually bother you. She said, what's up? What's up? I said, I need a ride to go get this money. I don't know how much, the person going to give me, but after I buy my baby's medicine, the cough syrup, I'll give you whatever's left. I just need to go get this medicine because she's very, very sick. I said, I done nebulized and everything, and it just ain't working. I need to get this cough syrup. And she was like, yeah, you on, man? Her boyfriend's like, nah, y'all come on. I said, well, hold on. Let me get my cousin over here. Now, my cousin lived across the street. Y'all listen to the story. My cousin lived across the street. So I called. I said, hey, I got to make a run. I said, but can you come over here and watch the girls for me? I said, so I can go get this money because she's sick. And I got to get this cough syrup. So hopefully she can get some sleep. I can get some sleep, blah, blah, blah. I'm explaining everything. My cousin's like, oh, yeah, I got you, cuz. I'm on my way. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, this cousin had just moved out of my apartment because they had nowhere to go. Hold on to that. Put a pin on it. Okay? Okay? Put a pin right there. So when my cousin came across the street and came in, I said, one is asleep. It's the other one that's laying back there. If she start crying, bring her in here with you and just let her sip on this orange juice. That seems to calm her down. All right, cuz, I got you. I'll do anything for you. Okay, I'll be right back. We get in the car. We go up to the East End, which I was in between the West and the East. So we was right in the middle. It was like maybe 10 blocks. We go up there. I get the money. I stop at Walgreens, get some Robitussin. You know how old that is. Get some the real good stuff that's going to knock you out and make you feel better, okay? Get some Robitussin. Went on, tried to give my friend's boyfriend some money. He's like, man, no, keep it. You had to go see about your shorty. I'm like, okay, thank you. Hold on. Y'all ready? We gets back. We pulling up on my street. My street's blocked. Why is it blocked, Creole? I'm glad you asked. Police is everywhere. People is standing outside. Why are they outside, Creole? Glad you asked. Somebody noticed the car and said, hey, where's that girl that live right there? I said, right here. What's going on? The police all in your house. My friend's like, what? Why? I'm like, let me out. So I gets out. I'm running to my door. I'm running. I see my doors wide open, everything, y'all. People standing outside, cops on the porch, and I'm running. And one of the cops said, I think this is the mother. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? My baby okay? My baby. That's all I'm asking. They asked me all these questions. All I want to know is what's wrong with my baby. I'm thinking they had to come in here and get my baby because she, she probably was real sicker than what I thought. And they had to rush her to the ER and blah. This is where my mind is. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? My oldest child, the one I said was asleep, had on a coat, her pajamas, and some shoes. This is in the wintertime. She makes it all the way up towards the front of the apartment complex that we lived in where the store is. Somebody happened to see her and said, baby, what you doing up here? Why you out here by yourself? And her saying was, I'm looking for my mommy. So the person said, well, do you know where your mommy's at? She said, no, I'm looking for her. My sister crying. So the lady said, well, can you show me where you came from? She said, yeah. She said, well, come on. My daughter brought her all the way back to the house. When they got back to the house, my door was wide open. My baby that was sick is in there bawling, screaming to the top of her lungs. So the lady calls 911. And to be honest, she should have. She didn't know what was going on. She called 911. So, of course, when they got there and saw my baby and saw my daughter, and the woman told the story, they thought I was on drugs. So they goes through my apartment. Oh, baby. Hear me good. They goes through my apartment. When I tell you they ransacked my stuff, they flipped everything over. Only thing they didn't move was the television. So imagine me standing there talking to these cops. Everybody's looking. They talking. They whispering. I'm crying because I still ain't seen my kids. And I'm like, I had a babysitter. I had a babysitter. Ma'am, when that lady brought your daughter back, wasn't nobody here. Your daughter actually was looking for you because wasn't nobody here. She said her little sister woke her up. Oh, I'm trying not to cry. Oh, yeah, Lord. She said her little sister woke her up. Then check this out. They said, who was here? I said, I left my cousin. Gave his name and everything. They said, ma'am, nobody was here. Even when we got her, the lady who brought her back was standing on the porch. Nobody was here. And it took us 20 minutes to come here. Nobody was here. And they told me, we'll let you take it up in court. In court, I'm screaming, I'm hyperventilating, I'm going out of it. I am going out of it. So I said I let to say this. The mother said she took her child to a family member, and the child was able to walk out of the family member's house, and it happened. And that's why I ain't gonna give your mother too much about that, because sometimes family members are the worst ever. And it's always the ones that you trust. It's always the one that you done something for. When she found out her daughter had left out or walked out or whatever the thing was, y'all can go back and listen to it. She said she hurried up and went over looking for her daughter. Absolutely. That's not a mother that don't care about her child. Was her judgment off? Possibly. But we can't even say that because maybe the people, her family members, show her that they was responsible and just that day. Oh, yeah. When I tell y'all, I had a reason for my temple to be the way it was. And that's why I don't let nobody mess with my temple now. I'll be like, all right, I'll be a punk. I'll be whatever you want me to be because it's just not worth it. I love my children. And when I tell you what I did to that cousin, he don't even speak to me to this day for real. He speak through me. Like he'll tell somebody else to tell me, hey. Because you know why? I ain't forgave him. And I know I'm going to have to. I know I'm going to have to. I ain't ready. I ain't going to fake it with y'all. I'm not ready. I don't hate them. I don't nut them. But I ain't ready. You had one job. You had one job. It's to watch my diamonds. That's all I asked you to do. For no longer than about 30 minutes. After I done took your lazy butt in, gave you a roof over your head, helped you get on your feet. You had just moved out a week prior. I asked you to do me one favor, and this is what you do. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't speak to me either. I'm serious. I wouldn't speak to me either. And a lot of times when we have a little get-togethers and stuff, first thing he asks is, Coco coming? Yep. Okay, well, y'all let me know how. Yeah. I don't want to see you either. It might trigger me. So, see, I don't tempt the Lord that guy. I'm saved. Don't get me wrong. I really am. I love the Lord, and I try my best every day to give him my life and to walk in accordance to what he asks me to do. But if I be honest with you, on the other side of that is a maniac. And my one thing is my children. So I understand this mother. I understand her pain. That you trusted somebody with your jewel. And one of the worst things you could ever think of happens on their watch. First thing you do is start blaming yourself as a mother. If I had a Jess, or why did I, but I should have. That's the first thing you start doing is internalizing it, putting it all on your shoulder. When it was somebody else's effort that did it. But you internalize it because it's your seed. Whoo, child. Anyway, moving forward. I will be praying for this mother and her child, y'all. This is so sad. And believe it or not, even though I'm mad with these 9 and 10-year-olds, I'm going to be praying for them too, because for a 9 and 10-year-old to be thinking about something so egregious, something so diabolical, something's wrong, y'all. Something is wrong. I don't know what else to say. I'm repeating myself. You know what, Muffy? Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I do. It took me a minute to learn it. It really did. It took me it also took me, I'm going to be honest with you, it took me a minute to say enough. Because I'm the one that everybody comes to. So my shoulders is big. I carry everybody's problems. I carry everybody's situation. I'm the one that everybody talks to. That's why I went into therapy. Because like my late husband said, well, shoot, you already help people with with their, stuff. You might as well get paid for it. And I thought about that. It makes sense. So that's why I became a therapist, because I was already doing it. I did not learn how to say enough. Not today. No, today's just for me. I don't want to hear your problems right now. I'm sorry. Take it to Jesus. It took a minute for me to learn that. And what's so funny, y'all, just to piggyback on that, why is it when you've had enough and you say, because I've told people I can't do it today. Maybe we can do it one day this week, but I can't do it right now. They have the audacity to get mad. Well, never mad. Okay. Okay. Never mind then. It don't hurt my feelings. Never mind then. Okay. Move around. Move around. I just, I'm in a point now where I'm actually present in whatever state I'm in. Like if I'm hurt, I feel that. I acknowledge that I'm hurt. I don't try to pass it over like, oh no, I ain't hurt. Whatever. I ain't. No, Negro, you hurt me. And I don't feel like forgiving you right now. Eventually I will, but I'm gonna sit right here in this hurt until I want to give it up. And right now ain't the time. No, we ain't gonna act like you didn't do what you did. I say what you said. You said it, I heard it, I feel it, and this is where we are. I don't feel like forgiving you right now, and I ain't. That's how real I had to get with me, because other than that, I was like, "Oh, I forgive you, no problem." And it was things would be stewing in me, and that's why we get sick, y'all. That's how we end up sick, because we really don't walk out the situation. We really don't allow ourselves to be present in whatever state we in. And I've gotten to the point, if I'm mad, I'm mad. Let me have my moment. I'm mad. I get over it. We'll either be okay or we won't. But we both will live to see another day. And some people, because it was such an attack to what my newness is, I had to cut them a loose because they wasn't good for me. Right. The first time you say no, you right. Okay. But yeah, so I know that baby's got a long road ahead of her. She probably want to know, Mom. Thank you, Van. Hey, boo. I didn't even see you come in. Thank you, boo. She, the baby probably is saying, Mom, what did I do? What did I do? Like, Mommy, what did I do? She don't understand. Like, think about it. She's a 5-year-old little girl. Down there is probably hurting. It's probably raw. And I'm not trying to be explicit, y'all. I just want y'all to really understand. She's 5. Oh, we ain't gonna cry, Creole. No, no, no. Mm-mm. 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 She's 5, y'all. She's 5. I kind of asked myself, what has happened to those little boys? What have they seen or encountered to where this is natural, or this is something that would even think about, like, let's grab her, let's do it. And then pulled her. Y'all, look at that video. They pulled this child's hair out. Bless her heart, not her parts. Lord, we ask you to bless that baby. Okay, so all right. No, we're gonna move on. I don't want to keep focusing on that because it'll take me somewhere. Um, hold on. Hold on. We need a little bit of break. We need a little bit 2-minute break. We need a 2-minute break, not even 2 minutes. Let me see. That person that knocked on the door was the mechanic bringing my son's car back. I'm like, I know I heard somebody knock. Shoot. Let me see. Trying to think of something fast. All this stuff coming up is real slow. We don't want no slow music at a time like this. Oh, you know what? Okay. Excuse me. Then we go into the next story, and then we're gonna be out of here. I ain't got no whole bunch to say today. But I just want, it is. Muffy, it really is sick. And that's why I'm like, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. This is what we used to do. Okay, that's all I needed is just break the knot. Knot. Yep. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so, whew, what is the other thing I wanted to talk about? I talked about whose fault is it? Blah 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 blah. All right, so let me ask y'all this. Y'all know the world wants you to have insurance, right? And the reason why they want you to have insurance is in case you get sick, because it'll cost you thousands of dollars to take care of yourself for the doctors and hospitals if you get sick. Is it just me, or do you see that what's the need of insurance, because you still have to pay thousands of dollars to the insurance company, and then your co-insurance is sometimes like over $5,000, and before they pay anything, you still got to meet that. And then some of the prescriptions ain't even covered, so you got to come out of pocket with that. So what's okay? Explain to me again why we have insurance. Because then, if you can't afford to pay it out, they make payment arrangements with you. Well, if I didn't pay the insurance company and kept that money and I get sick, I can use my own money. I don't know who that is. I can use my own money and pay you. Right now, you taking most of my check. Think about it. When you working, insurance goes up, up, up. It used to be good insurance. Now everybody goes to this what is it called? It's H something. Like you got to meet all of this first before they come on and pay any parts of your insurance. I mean, any parts of your medical stuff. You got to meet all of this, And then nowadays, where the doctors used to be able to spend quality time with you, like they come in the room and you can talk to them about this, that, and the other. Now the insurance company is dictating to the doctors how long they can even sit in there and talk to you about what's going on with you. But you want my money. Huh? So I'm supposed to have insurance just in case I get sick to keep me from paying thousands of dollars, but I pay thousands of dollars to the insurance company, and then whatever's left that the insurance company won't cover, I still have to pay that. And that could be more than what I would pay you if I didn't have insurance. Then is that correct? I'm just saying. Is that correct? Right. All three parts of the insurance. What you said. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. It just don't make no sense. Some things make me. I know I'm weird, y'all, and I love me. I embrace my weirdness. I'm very unique, okay. And some days I just be sitting and things go across my mind, And it's I be like I was sitting here like, wait a minute. They want us to have medical insurance just in case we get sick and we don't have to pay thousands of dollars, okay? Because we sick, but we pay thousands of dollars to the insurance company that pay a percentage of the doctors and or situation, and we still have to come out of pocket to pay the remainder. So either way, we're paying thousands of dollars. Why not cut out the middleman, aka insurance company, and just pay my bill? You're going to negotiate it anyway because of the codes. Okay. I admonish everybody when you go to the doctor, you have a procedure done, do not forget to get your EOB, explanation of benefits. It tells you everything that they charged you for. Do not pay your bill until you get the final bill from said procedure to make sure that your insurance company paid their portion, because some things are not allowed to be billed. And sometimes the doctors will pre-bill you, hoping you pay the whole bill instead of waiting on your explanation of benefits to show what the bill was about and to show what the insurance company would allow and what it doesn't. Okay? Some people just, they don't know that. And I'm not trying, some people don't know. So I'm just trying to tell you, it's a game. It's. So I was just wondering that, y'all. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Just like car insurance. Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Don't get me started on car insurance. That's a ripoff too. State Farm can afford to give a guy on the Tournament of Champions a quarter of $1 million, but keep raising my rates every year. I dare you. Every time I look at Tournament of Champion, he said, and from our good friends at State Farm, who is giving us a quarter of $1 million for the winner. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, that's part of my premium and stuff right there. It's staff. My staff. I need my staff. Give me my money. Okay. Like, what the heck, Beck? Oh, child. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm here. I'm bringing up something else. Hold on. Oh, I did want to read this though. Hold on. It said, okay. It said, okay. Now this is about what we talked about the 9-year-old girl. I mean the 5-year-old girl. Okay. It said the suspects, a 9-year-old boy and a 10-year-old. Y'all shut the front door. Shut the front door. Hold on. I backtracked that. It wasn't 2 boys. Check this out. The suspects, a 9-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl. What the? A 10-year-old girl have been charged with attempted murder, felonious assault, kidnapping, strangulation, y'all, in connection with the incident. This occurred on September the 13th. Authorities say the young victim was severely beaten by a group of children after wandering outside a family member's home. Muffy, you right. You're right. I forgot I had this pulled up and I got so wrapped up. Oh my goodness. You know what? Since I heard a girl was involved, I can believe it. Little girls are vicious. They very jealous. I can believe it. I can believe it. And most likely the 10-year-old girl forced the 9-year-old boy to do whatever. I believe that. Now it's making sense. At first it didn't make sense, but little girls are vicious. Do you hear me? Some of these little girls are born. I was telling people, I was talking about that today in my medical situation. I was telling them about how mean girlish these young girls can be. We was just talking about that. That's sad. That is sad. What part of the game did you see? What's been done to you, little girl, that you want some other little girl to endure that? What the what? The 5-year-old suffered significant physical, emotional, and mental trauma and is undergoing therapy. I wanted her to be somewhat of a normal 5-year-old again. Bless her heart, baby. Oh my gosh. Ooh. This is sick, y'all. This is sick. I'm sorry, but this is sick. Like I said, who are we raising? Who are we raising, y'all? Lord Jesus. And she's so pretty. That little girl is so pretty. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And a lot of times it's jealousy. A lot of times these little kids are jealous because maybe here I go with a story again. I remember my oldest daughter used to get into until I stopped all that. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Let me stick to the story. People used to try to pick on her because she's a pretty little girl. We dressed her nice. She had real long, good hair, and she talked proper. And sometime in the black neighborhood, they can't stand anybody who don't talk hood. You know what I'm saying? All that and stuff. And she talked very proper. If you didn't look at her, you would think she was of another race. Seriously, it's how proper. But we didn't teach her that she had to talk like it. She just talked like it. That's her. She wasn't trying to be nobody she wasn't. She been talking like that since she was a kid. Everything was very proper. Mother, like that. And they couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand her. She tried to get along with people. They used to pull her hair on the bus, knock her stuff out of her hand, try to step on her shoes. I mean, they tried to really torture my baby. They really did until I got tired of it. And we ain't gonna go there. But it wasn't pretty. It stopped. How about that? It stopped. So kids can be vicious, and it's always the little girls. And the one main thing that them little girls say, she just thinks she's cute. She is. She is. And that's what I said in front of them and their mammies. She is. What? She's supposed to think she ugly? We teach her that she is pretty. It's called self-esteem. Don't you think you pretty? And they just looked. They just looked like, oh, Lord have mercy, child. Austin, what's up, worry? Hey. It is. It's very sad, y'all. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And like I said, I'm praying. I don't know what else to say. Like, seriously, I just don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, they can be worried. They can very much be demonic. They can be evil. So I'm like, this is weird. It's weird to me. I just hate that little girl had to go through that though. Like I said, if you got a child, uh, if you got a child, you better hope that that child don't have to go through none of that. Seriously. Real talk. That she don't have to go through none of that because it ain't cute. And if you don't have a child, if you got a niece, a cousin, a grandchild, a sister, a brother, it's just weird that we are okay. I'm not sure, they haven't said any more about it. It's been a height. I know. It's like everybody, like I said, it's like the world right now is upside downwards. The world is upside downwards. Everything that we know to be wrong is becoming right. Everything we know to be right is deemed wrong. And that's scary. That's very scary. Now, I don't like racists. Okay, I don't have no use for them at all. Okay, however, they have a right to freedom of speech just like I do. When we start censoring them, then somebody may take offense to what I'm saying and want me censored. So we got to watch that too. You know, a lot of people, well, I don't think they should be able to say that because, you know, blah, blah, blah. Block them from saying it. Okay, but then what if what you're saying offends somebody and then they tell you, you can't say you like Scooby Doo? And I know it sounds stupid, but haven't we seen some stupid stuff pass Congress? What if they tell you that you're no longer allowed to like Scooby Doo? Or you're no longer allowed to eat steak except once a month? They start censoring all of that, which it may be on the way, but that's a different story. I'm just saying, we got to watch how we try to shut other people up because we disagree with what they say. They cut her hair? Dang, I thought they said they, oh, it gets worse. Oh, oh my gosh. Let me see. Oh yeah, very much so. I'm a minister, Weary. I teach on biblical principles and everything over here. I know you're right. Yep, yep. We've been told what was gonna happen, and that's what's so funny because people, people don't feel like. I guess everybody thought, and even though we know from the Ethiopian Bible and stuff like that, that it's more than just, they don't call them commandments, they call them principles, or it's another Hebrew word that I cannot say. But it's over 600 of those. And we do know that King James took several ones and created different things or whatever, make a long story short. Okay, so forget all that. My point being is, I guess people think that the Ten Commandments was a great suggestion. You know, like, I don't need to live by those for what? But if you live by those, we'll have a better world. Think about it. Thou shalt not kill. What we have plenty of right now, killing. Okay? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. We put everybody before us and before God and worship it. Sometimes we put our mates, you know. I'm just naming some of them. I ain't gonna go through all of them. I'm just naming some of them. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. That's the one thing that a whole lot of us don't ever do. We do everything we think about on the Sabbath. And hello, the Sabbath is not Sunday, but that's a whole nother teaching. Move on, move around. Okay, drink your water, man, your business. Move around. Yeah. So I mean, it's a whole lot of things that the Ten Commandments we could actually benefit from, but people don't want nobody telling them what to do or how to live. I don't know how people think. And I always wonder this, and I got friends and stuff that I love dearly, but sometimes I just be thinking like, how you think you're going to heaven and you don't want nobody to tell you what to do? There's rules and regulations. So I mean, you think you're gonna go up there and do all that fornication and all of this and all that? Nah. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you don't want to live right here, how you gonna live right up there? I'm just saying. Moses got not to go to the promised land. Yeah, because he was disobedient. His disobedience kept him from the promised land. You absolutely right. Hold on, y'all. Let me respond to somebody. Uh, so anyway, but yeah. So, you know, what? Lord, I am getting messages left and right. What the heck? Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. Okay. You learning. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. I understand that. At least you learning. A lot of people don't even want to learn. Come through. A lot of people want to stay in the dark. They don't want to learn. But just, ignorance is not bliss anymore. You know what I'm saying? They used to say ignorance is bliss. It's not. Ignorance is not bliss no more. You're going to be responsible for a lot of things you don't know you're going to be responsible for. So, like, I just want to know where these 9 and 10-year-old kids got to assaulting somebody, trying to strangle them, murdering them, and all this and stuff. Where is that fun? I just don't understand, and I probably won't ever. And I'm a therapist. Don't y'all know? Sometimes when y'all go and talk to us, we document what you're saying and we listen, but our own personal be like, what in the teetotal is going on with this the crazy mother? Like we be, and I'm just being honest with y'all, and we just be sitting there with a smile on our face, and we're like, yes, continue. I'm listening. Continue. And we do be listening, and we do be trying to help, and all that and stuff. But in the back of our mind, we like, what the? I've heard some. Lord, I ain't getting into that. I've heard some things during counseling, and it made me say, let's take a break. You go get you something to drink. I am going to make a call real quick, and we're going to continue, okay? All right. All right. And when they go out, I'm like, shh. God, did you hear that? Lord, have mercy. Help me, God. Where am I going? Yeah, I'd be like, I have to get me together because some things that I heard rock my snot box. I'd be like, I think I went through some crap, my God, today. Let me help these people. Let me see. Now they are virtual directly in the scenes as well. How technology is playing. Right, with the mentals. And everybody, I warned people about AI. Matter of fact, I've warned people about a lot of things that they ain't pay no attention to me on. Now all of a sudden, people's like, they emailing and all this and stuff talking about, well, what did you say after you won the? Just like, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out there. Today I heard, is Catherine still in here? That's who I want. She might not be in here. Catherine. Um, I heard something today. I already knew, but to hear it confirmed blew my mind. And it was about a well-known bishop, and I don't like that because by me being a minister myself, people already clump us together. Ain't nothing with them preachers. Ain't nothing with them preachers. We all get clumped together, whether we did it or not, whether we know anything about it or not. Everybody just clump us together. Okay, ain't nothing. All of them faith, all of them this, all of them that. Uh, I knew what I heard today. I knew it. The only way I knew it was by God, because other than that, I don't know these people. But I saw it, and y'all just. Let me see. That AI is getting dangerous. Did you see how AI committed under the first time in the seminar? I didn't see it. It don't surprise me, but everybody think it's a good thing. They think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And actually what's going to happen, and I hope by then the Lord done came and got me. Okay, I'm very serious. I hope he said, come on, my child. Let's go. Because I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So let's go. Yeah. So that's why I tries to be ready. Amen. So what's gonna happen is AI gonna turn on them. AI is gonna turn. You heard it here. I've been saying it. I'm still saying it. It is. I know some of the stuff I say, y'all. It sounds so far fetched that it's unbelievable. Not unbelievable, but unbelievable. I know sometimes it is, but just roll with your girl, okay? I can't help it that I can see. I can see the future. I can't help that. I only can see what God wants me to see. I ain't no psychic. I don't read no palms. I don't read no leaves. I don't do none of that. It's whatever God wants me to see, I see. And when he say, I can say. If it's some things I'm not supposed to, I won't. I tell you I can't say it right now, but I will eventually. But when I tell y'all, AI is going to turn on the world, AI is going to turn on the world. I am going to do tomorrow. I hope y'all heard about to learn to see what I'm going to present to y'all. It's going to blow your mind. It's AI. It's going to blow. I ain't going to tell too much because every time I say I'm going to do a live about something, other people seem to jump in front of me and do it. And I'd be like, you ain't even know nothing about that. But that comes from me being excited, talking about what I'm going to do. But I'm gonna show y'all tomorrow. Okay. Our robot, absolutely. See, here's the thing, and thank Worry, I love you. Thank you so much. Here's the thing about that. A lot of people don't know that movies kind of tell you what the future is trying to be. Like I told everybody about 6 years ago that if we didn't get it together, I saw the United States turning into the Hunger Games. I said, if you never watched the Hunger Games, go watch them. I be dead on Scooby snacks if they ain't trying to make this the Hunger Games, where the rich have everything and we have to do whatever they tell us just to get food. So I know it was one more thing I was trying to say to y'all. Hold on. I hate this chair I'm in. It keeps sliding to the ground. I keep getting up. I try to change this picture and it will not let me change this picture. Matter of fact, let's see if I can do it here. Tell us always because they want to predict how the world ends and they can't, so they are forever changing the narratives. First it was the Armageddon, now it's the AI. Shake my head. Well, here's the thing too. This is the solace that I get from all of that is that before Christ comes, we, God's people, is supposed to rule. So when everybody was looking for the rapture last week and everything, and people were selling. Why come I couldn't have found nobody who was giving away their cars and bank accounts and stuff? I'm like, where was I at? All these people that was giving away bank accounts, they was giving away houses and cars because the rapture was going to happen the next day. I mean, they was emptying accounts. Do you hear me? I said, now why come I miss my blessing? What? I don't know nobody who believed that was going to happen on that day. Yeah. It just, whatever. Anywho, move forward. But before we're supposed to rule. So you know. And a lot of things have to happen because in devastation, God's people will shine. And people going to ask, with all this going on, like some of them asked it now, with all this going on, how are you still able to take trips? How are you still able to pay your bills? How are you still able to put food on your table? How are you still, and because we know who God is to us, what we'll say, we won't take the credit, we'll say, because of God. And then that's when the person will say, well, what can I do to be saved? Because God gonna take care of his people. He is. We're gonna have to go through a little bit, but we ain't gonna have to go through like those that don't know him. Oh Lord, I ain't gonna get into that because I could really break some scriptures down. Jesus help. Thank you. Bless your heart. Oh, but yeah, so yeah. That's why I just keep telling everybody. I always give out my people, tell them to read Psalms 91. And if you don't believe in the Bible, don't you read it. I'm not talking to you. You don't have to unsubscribe. You know, you can sit over here. You ain't got to agree with everything I'm saying. This is to the believers. Okay. Read Psalms 91. And where in the Bible it talks about arrows, you want to think bullets or guns because we're not killing each other with arrows no more. Okay. We're just not doing it. All right. So, you know, pray that over your home, over your car, over you, over your grandkids, over your kids. If you got parents still living, say it for your parents, you know, and everything. Uh, that's important. That's very important. This is another one. It's Ephesians, I believe it's 6. Ephesians 6, I think that's the other one. But I'm gonna have to look in the Bible and see, because I got my Bible all marked up and stuff. So I'll look and see. But I really believe it's Ephesians 6 as well. It may be Ephesians 5, but I really believe it's 6. Okay. That is for protection. Catherine, I was looking for you. And thank you. I said, did you get a chance to hear about the bishop? Yeah, X Ministries. Yeah, I've heard of him. I used to, I agree with him on several things when it came to hip hop and sororities and fraternities and everything. And I talked about that a little bit. So yeah, I've done a lot of different things and everything. And people seem to like uh, what I'm doing now, as well as breaking down like how the Bible talks about this, and this, and you know, so I just try to stay in my lane. I don't try to be nobody I'm not. I just stay in my lane. Some days I come over here and just laugh. That's it. Let me see how much time I got on this. Okay, 20%. Okay. Yep. All I'm gonna say, I was right, but all I'm gonna say is pray, cause it's out of the can, baby. It's out of the can. I was in the membership live today, and baby, it's out of the can. When I tell you, I don't know how people are gonna recover from that. And that was only part 1. He's gonna do a part 2, and I'm like, God, I feel for your people. That's why I wanted to hear, to make sure that I was on point with what I saw spiritually. And it when I tell you, I was over here with a pause, like a pause, because I was so on point. It scared me. It scared me how much I was on point. And I'm like, God, yo, people really believe in it. They really believe in them. These people done gave their last and stuff for this God. And baby, when I tell you God is mad, oh, It's a thing to be on the hands of an angry God. I swear on a piece of cheese. You do not want to be in the path of an angry God. My God, today, yeah, you're right, Weary. So I don't know, but I've been obedient. God has pulled me away from digesting so much of other stuff. He's like, no, I need you to stay in position because this, and this. And so, yeah, I just, a lot of people, mm-mm. I got to keep my spirit at a certain level because we in a spiritual war and I ain't got time to play. I got a deliverance ministry. So I know what that takes. I don't have time to play. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with y'all. And this is to those that believe in Jesus. I ain't talking to those that don't. This is for people who understand deliverance and all this. If you don't, I ain't talking to you. See how easy it is? See, we ain't got to fall out. I just ain't talking to you. Okay, so check this out. In my dreams last night, okay, I had a dream last night. In my dream last night, it was like different sitcom episodes. And in every one of those episodes, the devil, Satan, was behind the scene trying to get me to renounce God. Hey, God, come on. Oh, Jesus. Let me shake it out because I be done. Hey, God. In every, it's like it was 4 different episodes. I was in the episode. And in every episode, the devil tried to get me to slickly denounce God, denounce Jesus, and I wouldn't. So then, once I came out of this first one, I went to a whole nother. I was in that one, and we would, like say we was at work and we was doing our job, and everybody was speaking and stuff like that, and all of a sudden something to do something, and something to say you don't love Jesus, say you don't believe in Jesus, say you don't, just go on and say it out of your mouth, and I'm asleep. This is in my dream, but it's real. And I wouldn't say it. It was 4 incidents last night. See, y'all keep playing. The devil, he's cunning, but he's smart. When he can't get you awake, he'll try to get you in your sleep. I know y'all never heard this from other preachers, but I ain't got nothing to prove to y'all. I know what it is. And some of y'all done went through it, and you glad I said it, so now it makes sense. But I wouldn't. And when I woke up to get ready this morning, I said, you thought you could get me in my sleep. I mean, Jesus, do you hear me? Lord, let me get out of here. Hey, Kim Big Boo. Good to see you, beautiful. I can't really, I do support, well, I do go over to look at Jay Wilson. And most of the time, that's when I'm in between something and he be on, and I just go over and I laugh. I be cracking up, cause he's not vicious. When it gets like it, I turn the TV. Turn. I haven't been able to follow Miss Olivia the last couple of days because when she came on, I've been kind of busy. So it's a lot of people I go back sometime and watch. I support Shaker when I can. Room Shaker, I support her and I go over and give her a click and a view. Let me see. It's different people. It's different people at different times. I don't digest everything because I can't take everything. I can't tell you. It don't mean I don't like the people. I just, some of the stuff that goes on, I can't. I can't. I ain't knocking nobody else, I feel what you're saying. You know what I've learned from that, because you can learn from everybody, to be honest. What I learned from that is that um I don't what how can I'm trying not to because I don't want him to think I'm saying nothing about him, because people are so quick to go back and say Creole was dogging you. She was talking about you. Um I look at him for enjoyment. I don't look at him for any biblical teachings. The one thing I will say, I've never heard him say he was like a pastor. Okay. I did know that he was over a choir, and I think that's how he got the nickname Passa, Passa, and everything. But I don't know, so don't get me. I don't know. I don't claim to know nothing about. I ain't his PR person or nothing. But I enjoy the commentary and how he brings his commentary, because he makes me laugh. When it gets so dark and stuff, I don't want that in my spirit. I just don't. And I ain't knocking nobody, because a lot of people I like. Okay. But when I see that it's going somewhere where I can't take it, I won't watch. And that's easy. That's why we all got our own computers and stuff. We can click and go somewhere else. Like they tell me, they don't like the fact that I talk about God, and they don't like the fact that I don't argue and cuss people out and all this and stuff. So they think I'm boring. I'll be boring. Somebody will watch me. I'm somebody's like. It's just if no, I keep telling people one or none, I'll be here. One or none, I'll be here. So I'm okay with that. I tell everybody I'm the best kept secret. And a lot of people, it's so funny when they find out I got a channel, they be like, "Oh my goodness, Cree, I didn't know you had a channel. I would have been done came over here." I'd be cracking up. I'm like, "Yeah, boo, I got a channel." Okay, Kim B, one or none, I'll be here, boo. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Wait a minute, worry. I'm scrolling down, baby. I'm on this thing that's trying to go out. Uh, right, right, right. I will agree. Let me see. Let me see. Right. And I look at you right too, Kim. I look at it like this. I have to make sure it's not counted unto me. I have to make sure that when I speak, I'm truthful and I live that thing that I preach about. That's me. Okay. I gotta judge my own salvation. And if I'm not coming to a person for my spirituality, but it's just like when you watch a TV show. Say, I like Sister. Well, I used to, but we're gonna say I still like them, okay? Just roll with me. I like Sisters. But people would think, well, it's okay for you to watch Sisters. That's just a TV show. You just get because you enjoy it. It's a laugh. It ain't got nothing to do with your life. Right. Same show, same situation when it comes to YouTube. Some things that I look at, I like because it just gives me entertainment. It ain't that I'm patterning my life after it. It ain't that I believe in it. It ain't that. It's none of that. It's just entertainment. That's it. Like I said, when it goes too far for me, like I know my thing. When it goes too far for me, I click it off. I do have to watch what goes in my gates. That's why I said when it goes too far for me, a lot of things I can't entertain, and a lot of things that is said on platforms I know it's not right, I turn the channel because I can't agree with it, and I know it's not right. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. What's up, Shaker Shaker Boo? I was just talking about you. Don't y'all forget to support Shaker, y'all. But yeah, I mean, we all, I ain't perfect. I've had a life. And if you catch me on the wrong day, preacher or not, I can't tell you what I can't tell you what you're gonna get. That's all I'm gonna say. I tries to keep it 100 with everybody. I really do, because I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm good, But I always try to think I want my witness to be what God wanted to be. But some days I fail because I'm human. And the only thing I can tell is y'all give me some grace. That's it. On the days that I ain't 100, give me some grace. Cause I'm gonna give me some grace. I ain't God. I'm trying to be like him. Trust me, I am. But some days I miss it. And it's okay because I'm human. And that's why he gives you grace. And I'm not making no, excuses of I can't help it. So no, I don't live that type of life. I stand on business. I don't live that type of life. Because I want my witness to be right and effective. Very much effective. But I always tell people, the same God you need, I do too. Even though I preach, I need them more because I am preaching. What a lot of people get away with, I can't. And oh no. It's not okay. Okay. One of the things about me where you're fine, baby. We don't see one thing about me over here, we're grown. We might not agree on everything, but we know how to respect each other enough to say I just disagree. And I get it. You don't have to, baby. You good. Okay. Let me just sum it up like it. You good. You better than good. You're great. Okay. You're great. Okay. No. One, I have a deliverance ministry. Let me explain that. My ministry is a deliverance ministry. And with that comes great responsibility. I meet things and see things and hear things that a lot of people wouldn't and don't. And so a lot of times when the enemy wants to get at me and he can't come straight forward, he tries to go through my dreams. He becomes cunning and try to go through my dreams. Because at that time is when you're in your most settled state. Okay. I also interpret dreams. It's a gift I got. I interpret dreams. So I knew, though, with those 4 different components last night, I knew what that was. I knew what it was. And that's why when I woke up and I said, you tried to get me in my sleep. Didn't work. Yeah. And usually that happens when something big is about to manifest. That's when the intent turns up. That's when, a lot of things try to get my focus. And that's why I said I haven't been on here a lot because I've been focused on what he told me to be focused on. And I'm okay talking about my ministry. I am, it just is who I am. I don't think I'm better than nobody at all. Because you should know some of the stuff I done did and been through and everything. So I'm not, God qualifies the call, not the person. Yeah, go ahead, babe. Oh, well, hold on, because I don't want you to do it. And then my computer go out and you say, she disconnected. I got 13%. Let me give you my email address. And I always tell people, if you want to, you can email me. And whatever you say is in confidence. Unless you want me to share it, I don't do it craziness. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it correct. Girl, I'm trying to type in the dark. Pray for me. The smart thing would have been to just turn on the light. The smart thing would have been just to get up and turn on the light. But I'm trying to be so smart. I'm typing in the dark. And my keys don't even light up. Let me make sure. Hold on. COCO. Did I miss a O? Yep. I gotta delete it. I gotta delete it because it's not right. Hold on. See, that's what I get. Let me turn on this light. That's not right. Let me delete it. Hold on. Delete. Okay, here we go right here. COCO. Okay, I touched that. It just didn't type. Lord, this computer. It's all right. The first of the year, when they go on sale, I'm going to buy me a new laptop. Because this one right here, whoo, child. I'm blessed because somebody bought it for me. But I swear, even they didn't like it after they bought it for me. They was like, shh, that's a piece of crap. There's my email. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But here's the thing I want us to remember. Jesus rather eat with the Sadducees and Pharisees, and he let Mary Magdalene wash his feet with her hair. Those are the people that the religious folks said wasn't yeah, I get it, but I don't that wasn't trust me, that wasn't what that was, boo. I get what you're saying though, and I respect that. I respect that, yeah. But that wasn't it. I knew what it was. Like I said, I wish I could draw it out. I wish I could draw. Hey, why don't we? I wish I could draw, but I can't. And everything. But anyway, but thank you. But there's my email in case you ever want to, ask me to talk on something, or if you want to ask me something or whatever. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. Catherine, no, because Catherine emails me. I think Kim B has emailed me before. I don't want to lie on her. Different people have emailed me. This guy named D Ham. So yeah, if you ever want to talk to me about something, or email me about something, or tell me, can you talk about this? Can you drop the link and blah, blah, blah. We'll plan it out. We'll do it. I don't have no problem with it, boo. I really don't. But because my computer, y'all, is on 13%, and I think we did what we came here to do. Let's keep that little girl in prayer, 5-year-old little girl, y'all. Let's please keep her in prayer. And also let's pray for the other kids. Because for them to even come up and do something like this, something's wrong. Somebody done been touched, violated. Something done happened, okay? That is came out in this way to choke and strangle somebody. No, baby, you fine. You fine. Wherever you are fine, honey. No issues, none whatsoever, love. You are fine, and I hope you come back because I like you. Okay, I like you. You give some good inputs and you make me think. You make me think. And that's what I like. Iron sharpens iron, babe. Iron sharpens iron. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I am out of here. I might see y'all in these streets. I don't know. I gotta call and see what's wrong with my niece. My sister texted me and said they just took her back to the hospital. She couldn't talk right now, so that's why I kept talking. Just pray for my niece. She's a diabetic. She's a very bad diabetic. And yeah, what's going on with her is not good right now. And she's young. She's very young, y'all. So like she's 22, 21, 22. So if you all can just keep her in your prayers. and everything. And we're going to let God be God. And if my sister need me to come up here to the hospital, I'm going and everything. I hope she don't need me to come and she just tell me to start praying, and she know I'll do that too. But if she does need me to go, I will be in my car headed out that way and everything. So again, her name is Jada. So if y'all can just, ask God to touch Jada and or heal Jada, I would really appreciate that, y'all. I do. Let me see. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. But like I always tell you guys, don't forget Max Boogie too. She came over here. I support Max. Don't forget to give her a click in the view as well, y'all. Okay. And remember, I always tell y'all that no matter what the test, always do your best. Smooches.